Yes, we begin another edition of Coach Speak, which I look forward to every week. I hope it's a highlight of your all's week as well, or at least a big part of it, which is a good thing. Don't forget, like, subscribe, pass around. We're going to build this baby organically with your help. That's how this is going to work, because this is completely separate from our normal stuff. So we love doing it. Thanks for watching it.
What do we pass it around like, Corey?
Like a doobie. In fact, I had a police officer come up to me at a Florida State basketball game and told me that this was the highlight of his week. That
There
he
you
can't
go.
wait for this to pop up on his feed.
Did you ask him if he passes it around like a doobie?
Yeah, of course I did. And then I told him to quit talking to me.
You could have also just sang it and said Ducci or Ducci.
Yeah, pass it. Yeah, old school.
We've referenced that on this show, too. Yeah. It's unbelievable. Yeah. That's Ira talking. There's Corey talking. I'm Jeff. Thanks for watching. Here comes Ben. He's going to give us Dave Doeren, which is awesome. Awesome, Dave Doeren. Here we go, Ben.
Yeah, it's one of those clips that I'm sure we've all stumbled across, and we all knew it was going to be on this week's show. So let's start it off with a bang here.
Charming man.
Your birthday's on December 3rd, right? I have a couple of family members on that day, so it's a good birthday to have. So I was just kind of noticing how to loosen things up a little bit. With all due respect, you played a great game against Georgia Tech, number 8. And do you feel like you needed to play as much of a perfect game, knowing full well that Miami has lost to 2 unranked teams? They're going to look to put a lot of points on the board so they can try to get back in the college football playoff picture.
Yeah. Still caught off guard on my birthday question, man.
Well, I try to loosen it up. Hey, listen, I got some family members. Good birthday.
Yeah, I mean, look, the last time they came to Raleigh 2 years ago, I don't think they scored a touchdown. And so I knew they would respect us and put their best foot forward. And across the board, they're very, very talented football
Doran's
team.
pretty jacked, it looks like.
They didn't play
He's
out
huge.
their ability in a couple games. You don't expect that in our game. You expect them to play as good as they can play, and definitely have seen that throughout the season in some of their games. And
Coach, the birthday thing was designed to lighten your mood a little bit, but last week they
just got my ass kicked. And you're not going to
I understand.
This ain't funny to me. You understand that?
No, I'm not trying
I
to
do
be
shit for a living.
No, I understand. Okay. Last week, obviously, Miami went ahead and beat Syracuse.
Oh, it's
Was there
uncomfortable.
anything
I didn't
that you
hear any of this
actually
other stuff.
could take away from that particular film that you were able to apply in your preparation for that?
I mean, obviously, we didn't apply anything.
Okay.
We didn't execute.
So for the background, for people that didn't see this clip when it went kind of viral over the week, they did just get their ass kicked by Miami. Was it 40 something to 8 or something?
7, Ira.
So, what'd you say, Corey?
I think it was 7.
Yeah.
41-7, 45-7, something, a lot to a little.
So they got their ass kicked, and this reporter asks him, who he doesn't know because he's a Miami reporter, starts off by asking about his birthday, which is December 3rd, and wants to share that his relative has a birthday on the same day. So Doeren didn't really appreciate that. That guy, real quick. So I actually saw this guy at a press conference for Frank Reich when Stanford came down there a few weeks ago. And he asked him if he basically spent about 30 seconds telling him, or about a minute, saying, explaining how, you authored one of the greatest comebacks in NFL history when you were a quarterback. Do you share that with your players? Do you talk to them about that and give them the lesson? And it's just like, what are we doing down there? What are we doing down there at Miami? And this one kind of blew up a little bit.
Think about this. They made Dave Doeren a very sympathetic figure there. Like everybody watching that is empathizing with Dave. Also, I wouldn't piss off, to Corey's point, Dave Doeren. He's a big bitch.
It sounds like the guy talking, though, is a little older than Dave, probably older than us. Feel like he's been doing it for a minute. I don't understand why he's in there. I don't understand who he is. And I blame the University of Miami, because you're saying that's a crazy thing. That's not knowing the tone of what you're doing. You're a local Miami guy, so why are you in the NC State press conference anyway?
So that's what I was going to say, is that's the weird part. And again, for people that, don't watch press conferences for a living or go to them, the visiting press conference is usually a pretty small affair. It's usually there for the visiting media. There may be only a couple reporters in there asking their questions. It's fine for the local media to go as well, but it is kind of odd. This guy's he identifies him when he talks to Frank Reich. He gives his own name. He is I think he's a retired TV guy from somewhere, and he started his own website, it looks like, in South Florida. and his pastime now is going to go just have conversations with the visiting media
After
and,
a loss. After
yeah.
a loss. That's
Yeah.
it's a bizarre deal there.
For people who want to know specifically, it was 41-7, but I could understand Frank's or Dave or Frank or anybody else he's pissed off over the last course. So 581 yards to 140.
Yeah, that was ultimate. Yeah, that's an ultimate ass kicking.
I mean, that's like
you know, so you get why he was trying to lighten the mood. It just didn't work very well.
But also, what who's he been asking the questions for? If he's a retired media guy, this is my biggest problem with it. Why is he there if he's
He's
retired?
got a website.
Sorry, that's my bad. You would think the local guy would be more interested in what the Miami coach was saying than going to visiting press conferences. But also, I was thinking about this, Ira. Like, who polices Florida State's road press conferences? Because the main SID people are with us, with Norvell, and with those coaches and players. So
nobody watching
Wild
this cares.
West. It's Wild West over there.
There is somebody. Nobody cares watching this. I think it's Chuck. I think Chuck's over there.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, I think this might have gotten some stuff done behind the scenes because it was such a crazy question that maybe Miami has to answer how if he has a credential, that's fine. But why is he asking these questions, or why is he telling Doeren?
I want him on next week. We only have a couple weeks left. Make sure we get him back.
I'd love him to be in Boston.
There we go.
I'd love him to be in Boston when Bill O'Brien, after the Bill O'Brien loss to Georgia Tech. That would have been awesome to know what Bill O'Brien's birthday is.
What do we got, Ben?
Well, maybe the craziest game over the weekend was the epic collapse from South Carolina and our guy Shane Beamer. We knew he was going to be on here. He had a 20-minute press conference. I condensed it to the greatest hits for you guys.
Oh, nice of you.
Good.
There we go.
In the country playing better in all three phases than those guys, and they showed that to respond in the second half like they did. Credit to them. That's why they're gonna I guess play for the SEC championship, certainly be in the playoff and have a chance to win it all. So congrats to Coach Elko and that team. Having said that,
where's he going?
Apparently a door is open.
He feels.
Oh, he hates that stuff. He hates that stuff. All right, good for him.
That's nice.
He's got to calm himself because they left a door open.
having said that, to say that I hurt for our guys is a understatement.
Poor Shane.
I know the rest of the country was surprised with what was going on in the first half. We weren't. If you've been watching us play all season, I mean, we had great confidence coming into this game. Fully expected to be in this game. Fully expected to be a 4-quarter game.
Also, the rolling of the eyes.
Certainly, we got off to a great start. We had great confidence. I get it. Our record is what it is, but our guys also understood this is. We won this game by 24 points last year, and we had great confidence coming into this game.
You mentioned a couple times in those press conferences about guys coming back for next year. There's been some talk about Manoris this week of rumors kind of.
Yeah, I think there's a bunch of absolute horse garbage that's on social media now.
Horse garbage. Okay.
Folks are saying that he's likely coming back.
Hopefully that's not horse garbage. Some of the other stuff that
That's how McShay made the comment. There have been a couple of folks out there who have been kind of insinuating that he's coming back.
Yeah, last week that guy was saying he was going to Miami. I think the same guy was, right? So this social media, it's gonna be I love y'all, but it's gonna be the end of all of us. Some of the stuff, but no. To answer your question, what I think you're getting to, I've had some really good conversations with a lot of guys on our team in regards to the future, and again, right now our focus is on this week was on A&M, and this week is getting better for Coastal Carolina, who I know is really hot. I don't know if they've played yet today, but they're on a roll right now. I know and scoring a lot of points. But yes, I'd be not doing my job as a head coach if I wasn't having conversations with players, throughout the season in regards to their futures. And
You know, it's interesting that he noted that a lot of people were very surprised by what was happening in the first half, but they weren't. They weren't surprised.
Right.
And perhaps people would have been surprised knowing that going into the game, they'd lost 7 of their last 8 games.
Yeah.
Well,
But
what we
he's
weren't-
not shocked at all, buddy. Not shocked
He
at
knows
all.
the talent level, and he knows the one of those kids.
what we weren't surprised by was the collapse in the second half when that
Yes.
entire 28-point lead was gone in like a quarter. Like they
Yeah.
blew the whole lead in the third quarter.
Yeah, I thought they were going to. They were.
Yeah.
I had South Carolina plus 17, and going into the fourth quarter, I'm like, I'm going to lose my bet. That's how much they're getting rolled right now in this second half. But thankfully, they rallied up and only lost by it. It helped that A&M fumbled it like the one. That helped. But yeah, the whole time I'm thinking, what's he going to be like after the game? And he seemed all right, honestly, for Beamer. Other than the shrugs, like this is somebody that's like, I told you guys we're awesome. I told you guys you don't want to believe me, but we're awesome. It's like that false confidence with the shoulders being shrugged the whole time.
Yeah, he can't believe that people didn't think they were going to win, and he can't believe that they lost. It's like when you play somebody that you know you're better at in a sport, tennis, basketball, whatever, and they win, and you're just like, yeah, I know I'm still better than you.
You're right, Ira, because the problem with that energy is it's actually, I'll take it a step further. It's somebody you play repeatedly and beat 10 out of 10 times, and they're incredulous every time that you beat them. That's the Shane Beamer energy.
He's incredulous. He wakes up incredulous and goes to bed incredulous and never comes on. That's his default setting. God bless.
It's like you've beaten him 21-7 in a game of 21 10 times in a row or thereabouts, and then the final basket goes in, and he's like, good game, man. I don't know.
Hey, credit to him. Credit to him.
You were hot today.
Yeah, credit.
No, man, I beat your ass every time we play. What are you talking about? Go ahead, Ben.
Horse garbage. That's a good one for the lexicon, too. Horse garbage.
I can't remember if I cut it out or not of that 3 minutes of him just rambling, but he mentioned in the press conference that his guys weren't celebrating. Yet there's still a video on the South Carolina social media page of him losing his shit, going to the locker room up 30-3.
Oh, there you go. There you go, Shane. There you go. It's still not celebrating, though.
We had a comment a couple of weeks ago. It might have been last week. It was about Rich Rod, our guy back at West Virginia. Some guys were concerned that we haven't heard from him in a little bit. So this is him after a 25-23 loss to Arizona State. Tough loss for Rich Rod. He's breaking it down for us in the postgame.
He, too, is probably shocked they lost.
Questions?
Coach, it looked like you were able to do some things to set up a couple big plays. Is this just a matter of getting one more of those, two more of those to get wins?
No, you got to be able to run the ball this far to win the game. And you got about 7 opportunities to do it, and you don't do it. You run for 68 yards. It's embarrassing. You can't run for more than 68 yards. You don't deserve to win the game.
There you go, Rich.
Yeah.
What do you think the difference in the second half might have been?
Couldn't run the ball.
Being competitive.
Looking at that sheet of paper.
What do you mean?
Well, keeping the game tight, coming back, clawing around.
Game was tight in the first half. If we can move that much. I mean, I didn't feel in the first half that was like they were better than us in the first half. But they're better than us because they won. But I didn't think it was. Can't move that ball that much. And then we get stupid penalties. Stupid penalties on defense. Give them first down. It's just lack of discipline. Goes back to coaching. Yeah. Can't even get lined up on the last play. Get the field goal block. Can't get lined up right there for that. The lack of discipline. Coaching.
Yep.
All coaching right there. Can't get this much.
It's getting shorter and shorter.
It is getting shorter.
For 68 yards. See, I know some of them were sacks, but
You had a block on the one field goal before. Was this just a matter of flipping your formation on the last one?
it's a matter of getting lined up and doing what you're supposed to do. It's as simple as that. And I don't know why we couldn't. Just whatever.
He's a grandpa now. He's
What was
turned into
working in the pass game to like Weimer on the big play, and then Cam came up with a big play.
No, I mean, hell, when you play the run, and as hard as they play the run, you should be able to have some play-action passes.
Yeah.
You know, that kind of goes hand in hand, but still got to be able to run the ball this much.
that much. Yeah.
Everybody knows you're going to run it that much.
Yep.
And
That much.
So we'll have to watch the film and see what the deal is.
I'd love to know if he was quoted in the newspaper and how they wrote it when he said we couldn't even get this much. Did the reporter approximate? Is that 7 inches? Half a foot?
Each time they put 6 inches under one.
Yeah.
And then the
5
next
and a
one,
half. Yeah.
4 inches.
Yeah.
And then the next one.
It's 8 inches. It's growing. Now it's back. It's getting a little smaller again.
I got to commend him. I don't know how he got through that without dropping an F-bomb. He came close 3 times there. That was commendable.
And it seemed like they were trying to help him. Like, hey, man, you were close. You played well. And he just didn't want any part of it. Grumpy old man.
Yeah, the first guy definitely was. And he was like, nope, I'm not going for it. How many ass kickings do you think Rich Rod's given in his life? I think he's a guy that has beat some ass.
You mean in real life? Put
his hands on
yeah.
He's in his 20s. I'm thinking there's a lot of bar fights that Rich Rod walked out of, and the other guy was carried out of. And how badly do you think he wants to kick, I don't know, 30 players on his team's asses?
Oh, without question. And I think if Rich has one too many tonight, I mean, it's in there, buddy. It's
a bubbling rage
now.
Yeah, and man, he was at Jacksonville State last year, right? I hope he appreciates that he's back at West Virginia, baby. Enjoy a little more, Rich. I know losses are tough, but this is your first year. Get your feet on the ground. Next year, you're going to be up and running. He's a grumpy old. He went from I don't know. He
was never really
affable.
Well, not affable. He seemed kind of.
We did.
Debonair is not. Debonair's too strong, but he seemed a little more young and hip.
We had a couple clips from him at Jacksonville State where he was funny because he.
Was, you know why? There were no expectations at Jacksonville State. Man, who do we got?
Hey, by the way, former Florida State coaching legend Charles Kelly is now in Jacksonville State.
That's right.
Doing it.
Yeah, doing well.
Doing some things.
You guys know, winning some games. All right, let's go down to one of our favorite group of 5 coaches. That's Jon Sumrall. Tulane's coach, another one of our coaches who just doesn't technology, guys. Check this out.
Doesn't technology.
That's a lot of guys.
The tiebreakers in there. I know you're tired of hearing about tiebreakers. I know.
Look, computers, tiebreakers win a damn game. I don't have time to figure out. I've been asked the models and the computer models. I'm like, I don't know how to turn on a freaking computer.
Yes, you do.
When I want to watch film, I'm like, I can watch film. And if somebody sends me an email, I'm like, no, don't do that.
Can't do it.
Just don't do it.
Can't open an email.
So I can watch film on a computer. That's about all I can do.
I can't unzip my pants.
All I want to do. And
don't know how to put on a shirt.
Don't know them. Don't care about them. I will care at the end. If we keep winning,
I'll learn how to type an email.
And maybe they want you to win pretty. And if we can, we'll win pretty if we have the opportunities to. But the way to win pretty is just win.
My clock still flashes 12.
We're not built in
0.
Can't change that microwave clock, Ira.
We don't look pretty. But
he doesn't even know how to use a microwave.
That's the goal. And so
he
just puts his foot.
I don't know. I think the CFP has something to do with it, my understanding.
When he wants to eat.
So if you keep winning, I don't know if they'll rank us or not. I may, get all the people in the CFP's phone numbers and just harass them if we get to the end of this.
You don't know how to use a phone?
When's he going to do that? When he stops churning butter?
You don't know how to use a phone?
I'll call him on my rotary phone.
Yeah. You'll try to get a walkie-talkie.
Watching those numbers.
I don't know how to use an email. That is not a point of pride.
There were 2 things that coaches in the last 10 years have had a fallback towards because they think it makes them clever.
But he's too young for it.
I know, but one of them is that they don't know how to use computers or technology of any kind. And the other one is if they're really mad at the way something was reported, then the person did it from their basement. So it's always that a podcaster or a writer did it from their basement and they don't know how to use a computer.
I think there's a report as we're recording this that the University of Florida is going to talk to him for their coaching vacancy. I believe if I'm interviewing somebody for a job where I'm going to pay them $5 or $6 million, I'm going to ask him, do you really not know how to turn on a computer?
Yeah. You don't know what email is.
Are you really still dial up AOL for your email?
He doesn't even know what that is, Ira. He was born in 1982 and he's acting like he was born in the 1830s. What is this? What does this keyboard do? If I hit this letter with my index finger, that letter's going to appear on my screen. Come on, man. It's not like a quaint or
no, it's not clever. It's not cute. It's not funny. You sound like a moron, and I like him, by the way.
Yeah, I do too. But it's like, who are you doing that for? I know you're being. He's being hyperbolic, right? Probably, clearly.
Well, I think it's a badge of honor that they're not bothered by the silliness of the rest of the world. They're football coaches.
Yeah, that's what it is. You're 100% right. It's like, well, you guys do your thing with your social media, but I'm over here grinding away at $10 million a year. It's so damn hard.
Walking home. I don't know how to turn on my car.
Yeah.
They give me this key fob, and I don't know what buttons I'm pushing, and I don't have a key, so I don't know how to start my car.
But I'm tacky and I lifted some weights too, and there we go. All right, Ben.
How do you guys think he types up his resume for all these major jobs? That
Good question.
Yeah, that's a good question.
Let's go to Kirby Smart. This is the end of his post-game presser following a win over Texas, where the Bulldogs look pretty good.
Yeah. Yep.
29 points in the fourth quarter. What did you think about how the offense finished this game, especially after a third quarter where it was hard to sustain on the drive?
Yeah, it's the approach we take. We're gonna dominate and try to win the fourth quarter. It's what we do in practice. It's what we do in the off season. It's what we build our core culture around, is being the more physical team. And you have to recruit physical players, and they have to buy into that process. I don't know that a lot of these kids nowadays, they want to check. They don't want physicality. And if you have the check and no physicality, you end up with nothing. So we're not just getting checks at our place. We're hitting people.
You have the check.
The down and dirty message, where did that come from, and how did you see that being received by your kids this week?
Our player kids loved it because that's our team. That's our persona. That's who we are. So if you're willing to get down and dirty and you want to get down in the weeds and you want to go in there and hit people, stop people, crack people, if you're willing to get down and dirty, then we're going to take you down there and we're going to see how long you want to stay down there with us and how long you want to do it. The message came from Drew, and I talk about it every Monday, but we felt like it would be that kind of game, and that kind of game favors us when we make it that kind of game. We're not a track meet team. We're a physical team.
Well, he's not wrong.
In other words, Sark, you've got a track meet team.
Yeah. Yep.
You guys look pretty. You guys look pretty.
You got some check cashers.
When you guys look pretty coming off the bus and running around that field, but if you want to get down and dirty, George is all about that, which is I'm all for it, man.
I'm tired of Kirby Smart always being right. I'm tired of him always saying the right things. I'm tired of him being better than every other coach in America.
Here's what I want to see, though. Go do it at Cal or Stanford.
He doesn't have to do it at
I
Cal.
know he doesn't, but it's easy to say, I got these physical. Yes, you do, and you do have a culture. You also get the baddest badasses in the country to come play for you.
But I mean,
but they want to come play for you. I know it feeds each other, and he's 100% right, and I think he's the best coach in America. But by God, prove it and go to Boston College.
That's
what can you do in Chestnut Hill? What would you do with Trevor, my man?
Well, I will say this. They wouldn't win as many games if he went to Cal or Boston College, but they'd still play hard and they'd still hit and they'd still be nasty because that's what he does demand. I got nothing negative to say about his ass other than ignoring people getting run over all throughout Athens.
Well, yes, for sure.
Outside of that,
it's out of control.
Yeah, I mean, Ben, what do we got?
Let's go to a little basketball now. Our favorite psychopath coach, my favorite at least, Joe Mazulla. For some reason, they let a kid come into his press conference and ask a question, and that went about as well as you'd expect.
Come on, Joe.
Pushing players to improve while also keeping the game fun for them. How do you balance pushing players to improve while also keeping the game fun for them?
I struggle with that, to be honest with you. I think everyone has a different definition of fun, and you have to find one as a team. And, I think fun's a cop-out sometimes when things aren't going well. Everybody likes to say, well, let's just have fun. And it's like, well, what does that mean, And so, I think you have to define what fun looks like as a team, and then you kind of have to go after that. But, that phrase can be a cop-out sometimes. So as you get older, kid, don't use it, I just want to have fun. It's like, well, what does that mean? So, you just got to define that. It's a good question. I struggle with that.
Thank you.
Yep.
Oh, he did say good question, but I loved he said, that's a cop-out, kid. Don't use that anymore.
I think his definition of fun is a lot like Kirby Smart's definition of fun, which is also a lot like Michael Jordan's definition of fun. I think there's a lot of fun being had.
And Larry Bird's.
Yeah.
I don't. Or do they really even have fun when they're having fun?
Those they're whooping your ass, Corey. They're having fun.
Yeah, but Kirby didn't look like he was having a great time. Like they're wired a certain way where I don't know that they let themselves enjoy how much fun they're having when they're having their fun.
The weird thing about Kirby is, and you guys remember when he was a GA at Florida State 25 years ago, he was a normal person. I swear he was a normal person until he got Sabanized. And it's like he's a cyborg now. I don't know.
You could still have a beer with him, though, and he'd probably be a normal type guy.
In the
I do
off
think
season.
that.
In the off season. Yeah, there's
Correct.
no in-season fun. Yeah.
And I think the fun is when they know that you're getting in your car after getting your ass whipped, knowing that you just got your ass whipped, that's where the fun comes from.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he's laying in bed saying, Sark don't want none of this, I bet.
Hey, nice job with Arch. You made him a great player, man. Good job. I wish the kid would ask Mazulla about his birthday. That's the only thing. I think that needs to be something we all start incorporating. It's just birthday question.
Imagine Mazulla having to answer a question from that clown down in Miami. Holy moly. That would be
after a loss.
That would end quickly. Yeah. Ben?
I wonder if that guy covers the heat. We might have to check in on that when Boston goes down there.
I don't think they're putting up with it either.
All right, let's stick with college basketball here for these next couple. We've got Mark Pope, another tough loss for Kentucky. Boy, just hate to see that against Michigan State last night. But this is kind of a strange post-game press conference here.
With like 5 minutes left, we saw it looked like Mo got a little bit rattled, had to leave. Obviously, is there an update on him first? And second, as you're trying to kind of find your identity with this team, how difficult is it when it feels like the team makeup keeps shifting and changing with these injuries?
It's not. I think your identity of the team is completely separate from any individual player. I actually think I'm gonna temper my words right now. I actually think that our identity should be.
He can't temper his words.
He tempered them to nothing.
If you build an organization the right way, then your identity is not about an individual person. Your identity is about a collective group.
No duh. It's the identity of the team.
So it shouldn't matter if we had built a great organization and a great culture, which I've clearly failed to do up until today.
Okay.
But we won't fail this season. We just have failed up till today. And we will build an organization where it won't be disrupted every time someone steps in and steps out, because we'll have a team identity, not an individual identity. Until we get there, we're going to really struggle. That's my job. That's why Mitch brought me here. I'm doing it poorly. I won't do it poorly for much longer.
The guy asked, how hard is it to establish an identity when you keep having guys come in and out of the lineup? What was that answer?
He's trying to say that that shouldn't matter, right?
Shouldn't be affected by injury.
Right, but
if you're a tough, hard-nosed team that dies for loose balls and whatever their identity is supposed to be, then having a couple guys out, you should still play the same way, even if you don't have all your guys. I think.
What a wonderful answer, Ira. I feel like my $1 million head coach could have maybe articulated like that.
I think he wanted to cuss out his team, maybe.
Yeah.
But
or the reporter. I couldn't tell if he was mad at the reporter or mad at his team, but the reporter asked a perfectly normal, fine
I was going to say, there had to be something. If he's mad at the reporter, there was prior something, because that question was fine.
Yeah.
In fact, it was actually phrased perfectly.
What's interesting about these basketball press conferences, and I almost sent Ben a clip of our guy Mick Cronin, but I felt like, look, college basketball is going to be a long season. We're going to have more opportunities.
Yeah.
But what's interesting is, like, Pope's got his players up there with him. Cronin, in this one I'm talking about, it's him and one of his players, and Mick Cronin's being Mick Cronin.
Right.
Just talking about how much he basically hates his team.
And they're terrible.
They're all soft.
And the kid's just sitting there having to wear it.
Yeah.
Like
he's used to it, man. He plays for Mick Cronin. What did you expect, buddy? What did
football,
you expect?
You don't get that. You don't in football, you don't get the players sitting there having to listen to this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Ben.
All right, with Ira's comment in mind, I'm going to let you guys decide who we have for the last coach. We've got two options: our guy Kenny Dillingham or John Calipari. How do we want to close it out here?
Well, that's a tough one, guys.
I think Calipari's insufferable. We could do both, but I would definitely want to hear Dillingham before Calipari if I had to.
I'm down with Dillingham.
All right, let's go to Kenny.
Ira, do you feel good about Dillingham, buddy?
Sure, but I don't mind a little Cal if it's not long. Either way.
This is Kenny Dillingham talking NIL strategy for Arizona State, giving his sales pitch.
Okay.
Opportunity for real NIL here, where our players are being branded your company is seeing that. You see the support, the community wants to go support you because you're supporting the athlete. And we can do that at such a high scale. Every restaurant, if you don't have a food item named after an Arizona State Sun Devil, why?
Yeah,
Like, I don't get it. $500 a month, $1,000 a month, right? It's a business expense because it's a marketing expense, right? If you're a local company and you want to engage community, or if you're a new business and you want to get people involved, what better way to get your brand out there to, the city than utilizing our players? So everybody thinks this is like a race to, I can't give a $70,000, $700,000 deal. No, we have a city behind us. If every restaurant in our city gave a kid a $500 or $1,000 a month deal to advertise them for them, I don't know the math behind the amount of restaurants, but I feel like we'd be in a good spot. And I know we're not going to get all of them, but what if we got 25% of them, right? And I think that's the last piece of this thing that, and I'm never satisfied. I want to keep pushing, right? But I do want to say, like, the university has, they've been very, very supportive. Now it's, the fan base has been unbelievably supportive. Now it's, okay, this last step. How can we work it together to where the local businesses, successful people in the Valley want to see us succeed? Because our success leads to more success in local business. That's all it is.
Yeah,
I mean, we're a revenue generator for the city. So if you're a local business guy and you have nothing to do with Arizona State, well, our success can help your business, and our success helps the city that you live in, right? So how do we work together with each other to take this next step of the program? Because I think we've taken steps in really activating the Valley. I think that's that final piece, and it's every single business. It's not just restaurants. It's car companies,
banks,
right? It's literally
car washes,
everything can
gun
get involved.
stores,
movie theaters,
hardware stores, for sure.
That was a long-winded way of saying, look, you cheap son of a bitches, get
Please
off
give
your
me-
ass and pay
give
my
me some money.
players.
Look how
I
much
think-
I'm using my hands, man. It matters to me.
I think he got in a little bit of hot water a little bit with the school because he's been harping on the lack of NIL, lack of support, and I think finally the school was like, look, man, we're giving you a lot, like,
Yeah,
figure
quit
it
making
out.
us feel like we're the cheapest school in the country.
So now it's turning it to the businesses. It's a good idea though. It makes sense, and that should be looped on every campus in America, right? I mean, that's a smart plan.
Listen, Bob's Laundry.
Yeah.
I don't care that you're barely surviving. Give my guy $500.
You understand
Get off your
people are
ass.
going to want to wash their clothes more if we're winning games, guy. Now, it does for restaurants and hotels, absolutely, because it does impact them at least 7 weekends a year. I don't know how it impacts like a trucking company or a tire store, but it might. I mean, it might. It gets your name out there. If you got Sam Levitt tires, by the way, apparently he's leaving. So the restaurants really need to pick up their
Probably because all those broke-ass restaurants not willing to give any money.
100%. And I guess the only concern would be if a computer store called Jon Sumrall and was like, hey, man, we'd like you guys
Run, John.
Endorse our MacBooks.
How
He's
are
like,
you
"What?"
calling me? What is this I'm holding next to my ear? Am I talking to a computer right now, or are you a human being?
This is sorcery. Yeah.
It's ridiculous. You're not next to me. How am I hearing your voice?
Ben, we'll have to do Kalapari next time. It was fun, though. I know we'll all sit longingly till the next coach speak to hear that Kalapari clip.
Yeah.
It's
always the same.
He'll give us more. He'll preach to us all soon enough. Who are we picking, guys?
I like Kirby.
Dave
Kirby
Aranda, Coach of the Week.
Kirby there's something about Kirby. And I know I went to UGA. That's fine. I'm not like an enormous fan of the program or anything like that. I just like how he talks his shit without really talking it. You know what I mean? Like, he's not calling teams out necessarily, but he is in his own way.
He's not specifically saying, hey, Steve Sarkisian, your soft-ass team got run out of my stadium.
Didn't want any part of this.
But basically,
he basically was,
that. I was thinking Rich Rod, but maybe I'm okay with Kirby.
The Rich Rod with this and this, like he's talking about a fish he caught the whole press conference.
I'll break the tie. I'm going with Kirby because
Okay.
he's always good. He's just always, man, it makes me want to play for him. It makes me wish he coached Florida State. It makes me wish just lots of things. Just I wish he'd leave Georgia.
Right.
I wish he'd have that same energy about traffic laws.
Maybe he'll go to the Falcons. He could go to the Falcons.
Please, you need a new coach.
I know.
What do you think if George ends up playing Miami in the playoff and that guy shows up and asks Kirby about his birthday? How do you think that would go?
But it has to be after a loss, Ira.
Yeah,
That's the
exactly.
crazy thing about it. Doran's not in any mood to be talking about a December 3rd birthday that's a month away.
That's just his lightening the mood question. He'd have a whole different angle.
Why didn't he just tell a joke? Why is somebody's birthday lightening a mood? Hey, you're getting a year older, Dave. In about a month, you're going to be that much closer to death.
You're asking about a clown.
I don't even think he's like a clown implies like there's negative intention. I just think it's cluelessness.
Yeah.
You're nice. You're nicer than I am.
I know. No
good
doubt.
work.
We all know that.
Good work, Ben. Or you give people a much greater, a wider berth. Let's put it that way. For Ira and Corey, I'm Jeff. Until next Coach Speak, like the hell out of this one.
Pass it like a doobie. Pass
Yeah.
it around like a doobie.
All the things. Like a bong, Ira. Pass this thing around like a big glass bong.
Or like a collection hat for Kenny Dillingham.
Yeah, that would work too.
That's good too. Peace, everybody.